Hi, it's Mitch from Pickdawgz.com here with your free pick in the Nebraska versus Minnesota college football matchup on Saturday, November 5th, 2022. Of course, it's my favorite day of the week during my favorite time of the year, College Football Saturday. And here on YouTube, I do tons of free pick videos, so be sure to subscribe to our channel. We do free picks every day, sportschatplace.com, pickdawgz.com, right here on YouTube, as well as across social media and our live shows. And when you give out that many free picks, you're bound to like some games more than others. And to find out which games those are, as well as to get best bets from some of the top handicappers in the world today, head on over to our website, pickdawgz.com. Click on the Premium Picks tab. And while you're there, be sure to use the discount code PICK, P-I-C-K. You'll get 15% off all of your purchases at sportschatplace.com and pickdawgz.com. But let's get to this one. We've got Nebraska taking on Minnesota, and it has been a rough season for the Nebraska Cornhuskers, a season full of that started with so much hope with Scott Frost, his last chance at Nebraska, that he was going to turn this thing around the way he had UCF rolling, but he never got it going, and they had to fire one of their own. And since then, Joseph has taken over, and he's done a really nice job there, but the problem is he hasn't had a lot to work with. And I think that is part of the problem, and how he will be evaluated, I'm not really sure, but at this point, he does have a win over Indiana, a nice win over Rutgers, lost to Purdue, and a loss to Illinois last time out. No shame in that. The Illini, boy, Nebraska would love to get the results that Illinois is getting with Brett Bielema right now. Meanwhile, when you look at Minnesota, they look to be off to a fast start to the season, and then all of a sudden, 3 losses in a row. Purdue, at Illinois, at Penn State. None of them really bad losses. Those are all pretty good teams, and most of those games, I'd say the Gophers were competitive, except for that loss at Penn State. And then they come back, get back home, and pounded Rutgers 31-0 last week. So kind of look to have righted the ship, and of course, PJ Fleck all about rowing the boat there at Minnesota. The thing is Minnesota a team that generally doesn't beat themselves, but we've seen Minnesota do some things this season that, I don't know. They've only had 2 turnovers on offense all season long, and they're 12th best in rushing the football. They have Ibrahim, right, one of the best running backs in the nation, but the passing game, 105th. And when you don't have balance, well, the other team knows what's coming. Nebraska, terrible against the run, terrible against the pass, terrible in overall yards, and man, they get lit up on the scoreboard just about every single time out. Meanwhile, the Minnesota defense has been in the top 10 in most of the major categories all season long. This Nebraska offense just has been way consistent. Minnesota loves beating up on the losing teams. 4-0 against the number when the team has a losing record. 4-0 against the number on the road against a team with a losing home record. Meanwhile, for Nebraska, when we look at this, Nebraska 2-5 against the number when playing teams with a winning record, and just 1-5 against the number in their last 6 in Lincoln. The home team is 4-1-1 against the number in the last 6 meetings of these two teams. I don't think it matters here. We got to lay the bundle of points with Minnesota, though, but I don't see any other way to go about this thing. I'm going to take Minnesota, and that's going to be my free pick. Of course, while you're doing your picks today, putting your bets in, be sure to use our free betting tools at sportschatplace.com. Our betting tools are 100% free in the way they work. They show you just how often all the bets on the board today actually hit. Then they show you today's odds, and from there, you can assess the risk-reward, putting yourself on the bets that come in the most and pay the most. That's how you make money betting on sports.